Bayramiç is a town and district of the Çanakkale Province, just 20 or so kilometres from Ezine on the main Çanakkale to Izimir highway. It is often a town that is en route for travellers whose destination might be Ayazma, Çan or Biga. But this town is worth a visit. You might think that there's not a lot here, but take a look again. Bayramiç has a rich history, with the surrounding area being home to famous ancient cities such as Skepsis. As you travel from Ezine towards Bayramiç, you start to notice that the surrounding countryside gets a little greener as you approach the town. There is a more relaxed atmosphere and a slower pace of life here, and much of the income and employment in this area revolves around agriculture. With a plentiful water supply and good soil, the surrounding countryside is very green and fertile. Popular crops would include apples, cherries, pears, peaches, apricots and plums, but there are also chestnuts and walnuts from the mountain areas inland. If you walk to the end of Vatan Street and up the hill to the pleasant little park overlooking the Otogar or bus station, it gives you a commanding view of the town. There are quite a few new buildings here and some modern apartment block developments, which is evidence of the town expanding quite rapidly. The town's biggest draw in terms of famous people and tourists is the museum of Mehmet Akif Ersoy, the son of an imam from Bayramiç, where Mehmet would have spent most of his childhood. A famous poet, he wrote the words to the Turkish national anthem. There is a museum dedicated to him and his life just off Karamanlar Street. If you're Turkish or interested in Turkish history, then this is a place you shouldn't miss. The original Turkish national anthem, İstiklal Marşı in Turkish, written by Mehmet Akif Ersoy and officially adopted by the Parliament on 12th of March 1921, is composed by 10 verses, but only the first 2 of them are sung during ceremonies. More details about Mehmet Akif Ersoy and his life and photographs can be seen by clicking on the link below.
babasının camisi.
Nearby is the impressive municipality building and the Bazaar Mosque, which was completed in 1889. The Bridge of Stone is near here too. The bridge was probably built on what would have been a main highway into the town. It has been repaired and renovated numerous times. There is also an old dilapidated hammam nearby too. The town also has a Jewish history. In 1884 there were some 30 households, and by 1894 some 60 Jews living in the town. There were also Armenians and Greeks living here too. In 1910 there were 50 Jewish households, 800 Muslims, 190 Greeks and 200 Armenians in the district. In 1927 there were 93 Jews remaining, but by the 1960s they had all gone. The town gets its name from the word Bayram, meaning religious holiday, from the days when festivals were held on religious days with feasts for the citizens of the town. Whilst we were in Bayramiç, we got news that one of the locals had won an international award for the quality of their honey. Mr. Aydordu won the dark honey category despite much competition from other countries. The award was presented by the Honeybee Research Centre in the USA. What a proud moment for Bayramiç. The town of Bayramiç is a mix of modern and old. It has plenty of traditional shops, but it is generally off the tourist circuit, so the number of hotels are limited, but there are plenty of pleasant cafes and small restaurants. There is a large market just off Atatürk Caddesi on Vatan Street in the centre of town on Wednesdays, when it can get quite busy. Known locally as the peasant market, the local traders ply their honey, nuts and local fruit and vegetables from the surrounding villages. The Bayramiç Beyazı, or Beyaz nectarine, is a small fruit just slightly bigger than a cherry, with a smooth skin and crunchy, juicy texture. They are eaten fresh or used in jams or in cake making. Places to visit in Bayramiç would have to include the Hadimoğlu Turkish Mansion House, which houses the Ethnography Museum in İnönü Caddesi, and which will give you an insight into life in Bayramiç over the ages. If you head out of town along the signposted Ayazma road, just 5 kilometres outside of the town, you will reach the Bayramiç Dam, which was completed in 1996. This is a huge reservoir. From this point on, as we get nearer to the mountains, the scenery gets greener and greener to the point at which you could almost be anywhere in Europe. People living in Çanakkale are lucky to have this beautiful scenery in their backyard. Known for the high level of oxygen in the air, this is a healthy and natural place to spend some time. If you press on further towards Ayazma, which is about 30 kilometres from Bayramiç, you will see the Ayazma Tabiat Park or Ayazma Nature Park, where you'll be rewarded by a beautiful forest, waterfalls and rivers, tea gardens and fish restaurants, which serve local trout. Check out our video on Ayazma for more details. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to hit the like button, or better still, why not subscribe. See you soon. Bye for now.